Hi guys, and welcome to December. How did that new moon treat you? It's the first of two this month, so people are saying that it's a time of change and welcoming in change, and plus we've got Mercury in retrograde. It's final retrograde of the year. How are things progressing for you? Be aware of the little traps and pitfalls that the universe has put out there for you this month. Okay, so let's find out what this week has in store for us. Literally yesterday, if that's the start of my week, it was very, very trying. If it's the end of my week, it was very, very trying. But I didn't react in the same way that I used to. So that shows that the shadow work is working. So let's see what we've got for this week first, shall we? You. There we go. And there we go. Right. As you can see, I've chosen Stephen D. Farmer's Earth Magic Oracle cards. These work very, very well normally. So, we're back to synergy, are we? Finding your balance, finding what works for you. As I said, yesterday was the new moon, probably today in the States if you're watching from there, but it was yesterday for us in the UK. We've got Mercury in retrograde. We've got Christmas coming up. We've just had Thanksgiving if you're American. So there's, I mean, everybody's like winter festival of lights, no matter what religion you follow. Pretty much every religion has a winter festival of lights. And this, you've got to put yourself in this picture as well. It's all very well going, I do it for the family, or, I've got to make it good for the kids, or the husband, or the parents, or whatever. You've got to think about yourself as well. And a lot of us tend to put ourselves on the back burner at Christmas, and we end up a frazzled wreck, effectively. And I don't want that to happen to anybody this year. No burnouts, okay? We're not having that. So this one is all about finding the balance, finding what works for you as well. With all the energetic shifts that are going on, it may be a harder thing for you to be able to do. You may think that you can't do it, but actually you can. It's going to be a bit different to how it was before, but you can balance yourself. You can find that happy medium effectively. So the second card there is focus. So what is it that we're focusing on? This kind of harks back to, I can't remember, was it last week or the week before, where we were talking about manifestation and gratitude and that sort of thing. So what are we focusing on? Are we focusing on the good that is happening, or are we focusing on the negative that is happening? So with your synergy card here, as well as having the focus card here, for me this is saying focus on your balance, focus on finding your, again we're back to the word equilibrium, aren't we? Finding that. You do notice a lack of crystals here today, but crystals has come out. How bizarre is that? So finding something to focus on. A lot of people use crystals as a focal point if they're meditating or going into a trance. Don't do that unless you're, confident or have somebody with you. I tend to use candles for mine. I tend to use a candle as my focus. But again, I do have a lot of crystals. Any of you who've been following my TikTok since the very, very beginning will know that I have a literal ton of crystals. I mean, they covered a 8-seater table, a dining table, and I have more since then. I mean, that was a few years ago now. I've been adding to my collection ever since then. Of course, now I'm having to go for the rarer and rarer stuff, and it's costing more and more money. So, focusing on what? What are we focusing on? Are we focusing on the fact that I have all the crystals, or are we focusing on the fact that I need the expensive ones? In my case, anyway. So we'll focus on the fact that I have a lot of crystals. Focus on the positives. Don't focus on the lack. Focus on the positives. And that will probably help you balance everything out, especially in your mind. If you can sort of detach yourself from going, okay, so I haven't got X, Y, and Z, but I have got A, B, C, D, and E. And maybe an F as well. focus on the good stuff, and that will help you balance everything out. Um, in your brain, being able to close your monkey mind off, it's something that a lot of us can't do, but meditation is coming through a lot today. So we need to be able to detach and take that focus away from the lack, away from the negative, and bring that balance back into our focus. And then we have stillness. So again, for me, this goes with the meditation that we need to. For me, this is the duck card. So we were gliding along very nicely on the top. Underneath, we were just wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. So we need to be able to step out of that and just sit. Just take time to chill. Take time to heal our hearts. There's a lot of green going on here, and then you've got the sort of aquamarine, the turquoisey there. And it's all sort of heart, higher heart, lower throat chakra. Throat chakra, obviously, with Mercury being in retrograde, very, very important here. Watch your words. Think about what you're saying. Take the step back and think about the consequences of your words before you say them. And a lot of this is we need our own stillness. We need stillness within our own minds, within our own hearts. And for me, the way that happens is meditation. For somebody else, it may be going to sitting on the beach, or a walk in the woods, or spending time with a horse or something. It can be anything that brings you calm, that brings you your stillness. And in that stillness, that is when we're going to start to get our answers. Okay, there's a lot of questions going on this week, and we know the answers, but we aren't aware that we know them. It's all kind of everything's subliminal, subconscious, that sort of thing going on this week. So finding that focus and that stillness, that will lead you to the balance that will let you get to the answers that you need. I think that's the key message for this week, guys. Okay, December will be in full swing next week, so I'm going to see what else I can drag out of my box of goodies. Oh, didn't tell you, did I? My Christmas tree broke yesterday, so that was fun. Had to go out and get a new one today. I will tell you the story of that another time. But for now, guys, have a good week, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.